Hey guys, Dr. Brian Opp here from Opp Family Chiropractic right here in St. Francis. And today I want to talk to you about some men's health. So, particularly low testosterone. So, a lot of people, it gets thrown around about low testosterone, low hormones, just things in general. So, typically as we get to 40, that's when we start to really see the decline in testosterone in males. And that's where often then we see a lot of depression set in. By age 50, you start seeing suicide rates go up even higher in men. And it's really kind of that silent killer at that point in time. It's also very heart protective. That's why you see a lot of males have a heart attack in that 45 to 55 age range, because that testosterone level is very heart protective. So I want to talk to you today about, some things that you can do to help increase that naturally. And then, we need to have a discussion around bioidentical hormones as well. So number one, you got to sleep really good, right? So if you're getting good quality sleep, 7 to 8 hours, that's great. What is your stress level? So that I always put sleep and stress together. So are we looking at that we need to support some adrenal glands? Because often that's another big issue, is that a lot of guys will have that kind of don't want to get out of the basement, play video games to stimulate our brains, the dopamine level. And that then is really taking the place of being able to have a fulfilling life outside of the basement, right? Next, we want to really look at dietary things. So if your insulin level is increasing, so is your estrogen level, and your testosterone level will go down. And so we get those man boobs, right? And we get that beer belly. So we got to be really talking about getting enough protein in our diet and just being able to walk. There's a study that just came out here recently, 8,000 steps in a day. That is a great adjunct to, strength training 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm not talking you got to be in there 2 hours, right? Go in for 30 minutes, hit the big muscle groups and be done with it, right? And you'll feel good about yourself anyways, and you'll start to build that muscle mass. Next, we want to talk about some things that we can take. I like to stack certain things. When we're talking hormones, we need to really be able to clean up the environment on the inside. And I'll often start with a detox with a lot of people when they want to really start to, if you want to call it, balance hormones. So I really love our detox shakes. We do a different way depending on the person. There's also, next after that, we put them on something called hormone balance and protect and receptor detox, because those hormones have to get to a place on the cell to be able to be used. And so we got to clean up the environment on the inside. A lot of people don't realize that iodine is a very important substance, mineral that we need for our overall well-being. It's often talked about with the thyroid. Well, if you have low testosterone, often you'll see low thyroid function with that as well, or vice versa. So we want to be looking at all that hormones as a cohesive unit working together. DHEA, that's a great molecule for guys and females, but in particular for guys, they can take more because that helps build up that testosterone. And then we use something called testobalance to make sure that it stays going to testosterone and not be shoved into an estrogen pathway called aromatase. So that's where a lot of the issues can come from. We also can do some prostate support. I really like a test called the Dutch test to really figure out where the hormones are going so we can really tailor make a plan. So that's a really good way to do it. Lastly, cleaning up the gut as well. I like Akkermansia. It's a great probiotic that we use with a lot of patients. People talk about it for weight loss. It's great for blood sugar control. I'll throw in some berberine for people during a meal for those people that are trying to lose some weight and control blood sugar as well too. So those are just different ways that we can help with your overall well-being and increasing that testosterone. Lastly, if we get tests back and your numbers are really low, I'm going to be sending you out to really have an evaluation overall for maybe getting some bioidentical testosterone, just to help build up that level, and then doing all those other things. So don't think of it as a magic bullet, but as an adjunct to the things that you should do dietary wise, exercise wise, sleep, stress, all those things. So if you guys are interested in talking more about this, definitely reach out to our office. We can be a guide to where you really need to go. This is Dr. Brian Opp from Opp Family Chiropractic, knowing that you and I can help you be a better individual overall.